We ask what your love language is, but the answer is always not what we wanted. The answer is always not what we wanted. And this is the story of religion and wanting a savior. And in this religion, the savior, when they come, is always killed by the religious people, by the believers. But later is reinvented into a God, like Jesus was. And in the other one that I did on John Vanier, I brought up a Kabir, and a Kabir was a 15th century Hindu Muslim saint. And the first English translation of Kabir was done by Rabindranath Tagore and Evelyn Underhill. And what Robert Bly did was take that translation, it was done in the 1800s, and he adapted the poem, did adaptations of those poems for himself. And that was like one of the first, in audio, the first time I heard audio poetry, and that is where I fell in love with this, with the reading of poetry out loud, the performance of poetry. But what I get out of, now that's just a side note, but it was what I get out of the city is that there is I see anyway, a lot of religious undertones and overtones to her work, just as there was in Jean Vanier's The Tears of Silence, a lot of religious overtones and undertones. But of course, Jean Vanier is a Catholic theologian. I believe he's a monk, but I'm not really quite sure of that. But he was a leader in the church who began these liarche houses. These are communities where that take care of people that no one wants to take care of. They want to take care of the hidden people, like the homeless vet with his leg shot off that no one wants to deal with. And I guess that's something that she is talking about in her poetry a little bit in this one about this number 5. And who wants to step in shit? In this city there are homeless people, and we begin to think people on drugs do not need food, water, and shelter. And that is a part about the city that I remember in living in Seattle, was that you begin to be closed off from the world after a while, and you don't see people suffering because there's so much suffering all around you, and all around you is so much suffering, and you get overwhelmed by it, and so you isolate yourself, or you just don't even see it. And then the other things that happen in the city is that with people trying to change your viewpoint, you get very narrow-minded in your focus, and very maybe not narrow. Narrow-minded is not quite the word, but it's like you push people away a lot more, and you're more isolated. Or at least I was more isolated when I lived in Seattle, when I lived in that environment. And though I love the city for other things, I love the city for the poetry, and to be able to immerse yourself in the spoken word, in all those open mics that exist there. And who knows, maybe I ran into Anastacia Renee Tolbert while I was there. And what else did I think about this? Yeah, and this one, anyways, I'm going to read her bio and call it a day, a night for this one here, for that. And, okay. Anastacia Renee Tolbert is a queer super-shero of color, moonlighting as a writer, performance artist, and creative writing workshop facilitator. She is Hugo House's poet in residence, and she has received awards and fellowships from Cave Canem, Hedgebrook, VONA, Jack Straw, Ragdale and Artist Trust. Her Chapbook 26, 2015 Dancing Girl Press is an abbreviated alphabet expression of the lower and upper case lives of women and girls. Her one-woman show, 9 Ounces, debuted at the Project Room this year, 2015. And that was my reading from her book, The City. I will leave, put in the description, links to her website that I think it's her website that I have found, if indeed that is her. And if you like this video, please push the like and subscribe button and come back next time where we will worship the words of others in the Chapel of Poetry.